Queer Creatures of the Deep, Part 1. Let's start the reading of this chapter. Please check out page number 182. Queer Creatures of the Deep, Part 1. Ocean, shrimps, sucker, coral reef, victim, impossible. In the mighty ocean, as well as in lakes and rivers, are to be found many queer creatures, some strangely shaped or colored, others having strange ways of living. Let us look at some of these. Here is one which seems to be not a living creature, but a flower. Indeed, its name reminds us of a flower, for it is called the sea anemone. Sometimes it is called a sea rose, and the name is quite a good one, for at its upper end the sea anemone has a ring of feelers or tentacles, which are spread out like the petal of a rose. Next page. If you wander among the rocks when the tide is out, you are almost sure to come across a few sea anemones. But the brightest of these flowers of the sea are found amid the coral reefs of Australia or Japan. The sea anemone, however, is not so delightful as he looks. For one thing, he has a wide mouth and a hearty appetite, and can swallow shrimps and small fish at a gulp. His body is soft like a jelly, so that he cannot do much against such creatures while they are alive. But at the tip of each tentacle, he carries a poison bag, inside which sharp pointed threads are coiled. When the sea anemone meets what seems to him a tasty tidbit, one of the threads is thrust forth. It pierces the skin. The poison flows out, and his victim is soon in his power. For this reason, other small creatures of the deep keep away from the roars of the sea. The sea anemone has, however, one friend, the hermit crab. This crab, being very timid, lives all by himself in the empty shell of some shellfish. Even so, he does not feel too safe. Next page. Different types of shellfish. Yes, class. And should he chance to meet with the sea anemone, he takes him on his back. Having now a roof over his head, the hermit crab feels much safer, for all around him, like a gay umbrella, spread out those poison tentacles. No one can harm me now, he tells himself. The sea anemone too feels safer and more comfortable than when standing on his one foot, which, since it is shaped like a sucker, is not much good for walking, though it is perfect for holding on. Indeed, the sea anemone finds the hermit crab very useful, for his tentacles steal the food which the crab catches. Next page, class. A much more alarming sea creature is the octopus, which luckily visits our shore but rarely. In distant seas, however, the octopus is one of the giants of the deep, for he may be as much as 40 feet long. He has a soft, rubber-like body, a sharp nose, big staring eyes, and 8 long and strong tentacles ringed round his ever-hungry mouth. Neither men nor shellfish care to find themselves within reach of those 8 arms, for each has on its underside a double row of suckers, by means of which the octopus can take such a firm grip of any creature that it is almost impossible to get free. Next page, class. Get the octopus and its tentacles. The arms of the octopus also serve as legs, on which he rambles about the floor of the ocean. If he wishes to go more quickly than his arms can carry him, he has in his body a funnel which he uses as a squirt, the force of the action shooting him backwards at a good pace. Sometimes he squirts away the sand and makes in the ocean bed a sort of hollow in which he can rest. There he lies half buried and waits for a crab to come by, for a tasty crab is one of his chief delights. Two can play at this game. However, for the whale is as fond of octopus as the octopus is of crab. Indeed, he can swallow the octopus whole. Thank you, class.